Hello and welcome to another episode of ToryTalks TECMO Super Bowl version. It's the third week of the regular season, and the Indianapolis Colts will be playing the San Francisco 49ers. Today I decided I would actually let the coin toss happen. Oh, we won! Jolly good. So today I want to talk about high school seniors. I just finished teaching 2 weeks for a bunch of senior English. I did not mean to do that. Nope, didn't get it. I was covering for a colleague of mine whose wife had a baby. And I was teaching... Get him! Oh no, this is horrible. He took some time off to help his wife. And I was teaching the class. The seniors were doing research papers with theses and research, and they had to get sources and write an annotated bibliography, and so I've just had kind of the high school process on the brain and kind of reflecting on what it was like to be a high school senior, and looking back on that. It's been 8 years since I graduated from high school, and it's kind of weird to think about that, but it's been that long. It's been, a third of my life since I graduated. So I'm just trying to think, like, what are the things that I wish I knew when I graduated from high school? And there was so much I didn't know. I was just so clueless. Here's a true story. When I was 18 and I graduated from high school, I didn't understand like how college majors work. I thought that college was, you could major in like 5.5 things. And I wanted to be a history teacher. So I thought you could major in like education and history and English, and some sort of math thing, like just a general math. And I know that I did not mean to do that either. Oh, this is going so poorly. Oh. And he scored. It's math. Just no engineering, not even engineering, just math, and something else, business or something. I had no idea. And then I went to my alma mater, Huntington University, and I read their little cards, and they said we have 70 whatever distinctive majors, and I thought, how on earth are there that many things to study? It blew my mind that you could do that. I found out that you could be a theater major. You could major in theater. Anyway, so I was really smart, but I was also really dumb. Like, I had read lots of books, and I knew how to write, and I won the English Department Award, and I got a huge book of Shakespeare that I never read because I just don't really like Shakespeare that much. But I was dumb, and I wish I knew more things. Boy, this first quarter's been a barn burner. Reggie Wayne with 2 touchdowns. So here's some things that, if you're 18, if you're graduating from college, when you go, here's thing number 1. When you go to college, for the most part, you're going to be in a brand new type of community. You are going to have the most freedom with the least amount of responsibility of your entire life. Oh no. Oh no. Whew. Just, there's so much freedom. There's so many things to choose. There's so many things to do. And for the most part, I mean, unless you're working your way through college by yourself, which I know students that have done that, you will just have an insane amount of freedom. And even if you are, you get to choose, you get to find a job and choose what job you do, and you get to choose where you live. Are you going to live on or off campus? Are you going to live in the kind of pod units? Are you going to live in a traditional dormitory? So there's so much freedom. So just don't waste it. I've had students who they got to college and they couldn't handle it. And I don't know if that's a product of educators not preparing people to be ready for those kinds of choices, but just be ready, pick stuff. And it's even as simple as you have to pick, what am I going to eat? Like, you know, a lot of the kids that I teach, they haven't had to think about that. They go home and their mom or dad cooks dinner, or maybe they help, but you know, they don't grocery shop. And they go and they're in college and they go to the dining commons and it's like, oh my gosh, what do I? There's so many things to eat, and I can pick any of them. So just be prepared for the freedom that's going to come. There's going to be a lot of it. Whew, that should have been an interception. There's going to be a lot of it. Just be ready for that. Embrace that. And also, because it's such a new community, there are going to be so many people who have never even seen you in your life. So if you're thinking, hey, I kind of want to reboot, I kind of want to be a different person, I kind of want to change some things about myself, this is a great time. You know, just think, what don't I like? And I'm going to try to fix that. I'm going to try to be a different person. And I think that's a really good opportunity to do that. I was a very different person in college, for the most part, than I was in high school. And in a lot of really good ways. No bueno. I improved a lot of things. I had better friendships. I did more interesting things. I continued to do the interesting things that I had done in high school. So yeah, just know that you're not locked into anything. You don't have to be who you were. If you didn't like who you were in high school, or you were struggling with identity issues, or you didn't, college is just the best place in the world for that, because I didn't get it. I'm going for it. So yeah, there's so few pressures, and there's just, I didn't get the first down. Boo. Yeah, anyway, there are just tons of different people, and that kind of leads into my next point, is that there's so many different people, so don't pigeonhole yourself into just, you know, hanging out with the surfer dudes, or the theater people, or whatever. Like, there's all different kinds of people, so get to know as many different kinds of people as you can. There's this, you hear people talk about, well, now that you've graduated and gone to the real world, college is the real world. It just is. It is the real world, and he didn't score. College is the real world. I don't know why we don't think it's real, because there you are, you have to make choices, you have to fend for yourself, you have to do maybe a job, and then you have to do another job of school, and it's just hard. It's real, and I don't want to delegitimize your experience by saying, well, it's college, it's not the real world. No, that's ridiculous. Anybody who's in college, what the heck? So meet lots of different people. Get to know your professors. There are some professors that are, you know, whatever, they don't care, they don't want to meet the undergrads, they're just there to do their research, and that's okay. But there are also a lot of professors, depending on the kind of college or university that you go to, that just love students. And let me tell you, being a professor at like a private liberal arts college, or a state university that's not like the big university of the state, that's not the most lucrative career. And a lot of them are doing it because they love their subject and because they love teaching people. So take advantage of that. You're gonna go visit. Go. Yes. Oh, I could score here. I just love seeing them just pew. Just dive in for no reason. Pew, 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 pew. Touchdown. You're gonna go to some professor's house, and their wife is gonna make you peanut butter squares, and you're gonna hang out with their kids, and then they'll ask you to babysit them, and then 4 years from now you'll have the best reference letter you've ever had written for you to grad school or to a really amazing job. And it all happened because, you know, a bunch of people were like, hey, Dr. Fairchild's having this thing in his house, you want to go with me? And you did, and you had no idea what was going to go on. And you went there, and it was hilarious, and you got to know Dr. Fairchild. Dr. Fairchild was an actual professor of mine, and he was one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. And I don't just mean, funny like he said and did funny things, but also he was just funny in a sort of off sort of way, in just the coolest way. When I was telling my dad about this, one time in college we were in class, and somehow we got on the topic of how we were going to die. And he said, oh, I know how I want to die. I want to die in a motorcycle accident. And we're like, what? What kind of person wants that? And he's like, yeah, I just want to just open up the throttle and just be doing 120 and then hit a slick patch and just crash off a cliff or something. And I thought, okay, this is my Greek professor for the next 2 years. So, oh man. So you're gonna meet crazy people, just awesome, fun, interesting people that you've never met before. They're nothing like anybody you've ever met. So just do it. It's so much fun. And that's really one of the best parts about college, is the different people that you meet. My two best friends are the guys that I met and lived with in college, that I traveled with. Your best friendships will come from college because you're going to spend the next 4 years with these people. My best friend, Tori, for whom this series is named, what? It missed so bad it came out the bottom of the screen. I met Tori in college, and we were in the same history class freshman year, and I had 2 roommates my freshman year, one first semester and a different one second semester, and neither of those turned out really well. And my girlfriend at the time was dating his girlfriend at the time, and he came to me one day and was like, so do you just want to like live together or something? And I was like, sure. I had no idea what I was getting into, and we've been best friends ever since. It just happens. Like, how'd you meet your husband or wife? How'd you meet your best friend? How'd you meet this person that's been really important to you? Well, we were both in the lounge, and then I ordered a pizza, and then they ran into the pizza and knocked it over, and they offered to buy me another one, and then the next thing you knew, it was 6 a.m. and we were at Steak and Shake talking about our favorite video games or something. That's how it works. So it's just cool the way those things happen. So I guess maybe a word of caution. Not caution, but my college experience was really great. And it's not the only kind of college experience. It's not even typical, I don't think. I don't even know what the typical college experience would be, but I went to a relatively small private liberal arts college. So I had a core curriculum. I had to go to chapel. I wasn't allowed to drink. And here's the thing. You may go to a university where a lot of people drink. Just don't do it. And I'm not even a teetotaler. Like, alcohol is great, whatever. Like, I enjoy alcohol, and I think that if you're over the age of 21, you should enjoy alcohol because it's an interesting, fun thing to try. Man, I just can't put them away. But you're gonna go to a party and somebody's gonna be like, yeah, we got a kegger and whatever. If you've got to drink alcohol to have fun, you're hanging out with the wrong people. And if you've got to drink alcohol to have the courage to do something, you're either not doing the right thing or you're doing it for the wrong reasons. So just stay away from it. I mean, at least until you're 21, and then find somebody who is a little bit older than you and drink with them in just sort of small, subdued social settings until you learn what your body does when you drink alcohol. First time I drank alcohol was at the night after graduation in just kind of a dingy sports bar in Fort Wayne, and I had no idea what to expect, and I was just sort of a weird, kind of surly. That's one of the 2 times I've been inebriated in my entire life, and I didn't know what I was doing, but I was with people I trusted, and we had a driver and everything, and it was, what? That's the game-winning. That could totally, I don't know how that even happened. Well, I'm talking about alcohol, great. So anyway, just don't drink at a huge party where you don't know anybody. It's just not smart. It's a good way to get arrested or lose stuff or get robbed or end up in a tub with Sharpie on your face. It's just not smart. So don't do it. You're cool the way you are. You don't need alcohol to have fun. You just add it. You know what you need to have fun? You just need some weird people that are willing to not be too cool for school. Oh. Injured music. That's no good for them. Yeah, so I knew a guy who transferred from Indiana University, which is like the party school in the Midwest, to Huntington, where I was going, and he said, I love going to school here because nobody has to get drunk to have fun. We have the most fun, and it's because we have to come up with insane things to do, because when you're drunk, you can just do any... Yeah! That could seal it. You know, you got to do all these sorts of crazy things because you're not inebriated. So you end up doing things like giant campus games of capture the flag and jumping off of bridges into the water and making giant barricades for the girls that tried to vandalize your bathroom, and just doing we played this game called Iron Triangle. That was really weird. So alcohol isn't, you don't need it, whatever, you're a cool person. So this game's about to be over, and I'm gonna win. So hey, be you, do you, and just, you know, be awesome. You're an awesome person, and you're gonna do great at college. I believe in you, your friends believe in you, and this has been Tory Talks. Hope you have a great time.